What if you could see the future? Would that make your life easier or more complicated? Would you still have free will, or would fate be in control? Today, we're diving into Volition, 2019, a mind-bending sci-fi thriller that takes us on an emotional and philosophical journey through time, choice, and love. Buckle up, because this one's going to be deep. James Ogden is no ordinary man. He has a unique ability: he can see glimpses of the future. But unlike the classic superhero narratives where precognition is a gift, for James, it's a curse. He's stuck in a cycle where he believes everything is predetermined. Life, to him, is like a tape playing on a loop. Whatever he sees in his visions must come true. This belief has shaped his entire existence, making him cynical, detached, and hopeless. He's not trying to shape his destiny, he's just watching it unfold, powerless to change it. James has spent his life using his ability in small, self-serving ways. He can predict minor events, allowing him to make money through scams and small-time hustles. His life is stagnant, shaped by a belief that the future is set in stone. But then he gets an offer that changes everything. A local criminal named Ray hires him to help with a diamond smuggling operation, believing James' foresight will ensure success. But what starts as a simple job quickly spirals out of control. One of the film's biggest themes emerges early on: if you knew the future, would you still have free will? James' visions are never wrong, and that terrifies him. If he sees something, it will happen. But does that mean he has no control, or is he simply refusing to take responsibility for his choices? Enter Angela. She's a woman who's also had a tough life, but unlike James, she believes in hope and change. When their paths cross, it's not just chance, it's fate. Or is it? Their relationship is the emotional core of the movie because Angela challenges James' belief in destiny. Where James sees an inevitable outcome, Angela sees choices. She sees love as something that isn't written in stone but created by two people deciding to be together. Through Angela, the film explores another deep philosophical question: is love predestined, or is it a conscious act of free will? Angela represents something James has never truly considered: hope. As he starts to fall for her, we see cracks in his rigid belief system. Maybe, just maybe, the future isn't as fixed as he once thought. But before he can process this, things take a dark turn. James has a terrifying vision: his own murder. He sees himself bleeding out, helpless. This moment is crucial because it ties into one of the biggest paradoxes of time travel fiction: the self-fulfilling prophecy. If James hadn't seen this vision, would it have happened at all? By trying to escape it, is he actually causing it? This is where Volition brilliantly plays with the idea of fate. Are we trapped by the knowledge of the future, or do we shape it by our reactions? The more James tries to change his fate, the more dangerous things become. He's suddenly being chased by criminals who want him dead, and he's on the run with Angela. But here's where the movie throws its biggest twist: James realizes that he isn't experiencing time in a straight line. He is caught in a loop, reliving events from different perspectives. He sees another version of himself trying to change things, leading to a shocking realization: he has seen himself die, but maybe that doesn't mean he has to die. This is where philosophy meets emotion: the fear of the inevitable versus the courage to challenge it. Can James break free from the loop, or is he doomed to repeat the same cycle forever? Angela becomes James' anchor. She reminds him that even if the future is set, how we get there, how we live and love, still matters. This is one of the most powerful messages of the film. Maybe we can't control everything, but we can control how we respond. Love isn't just about fate, it's about effort, about choosing to fight for something greater than ourselves. As James pieces everything together, he realizes he has to make the ultimate sacrifice to break the cycle. In an intense climax, he faces his alternate self and makes a final choice: to break free from his predetermined path. It's a moment that blends science fiction with deep existential philosophy. If we are trapped by our own expectations of the future, how do we escape? In the end, Volition asks us to consider what it means to truly live. Is it about knowing what will happen next, or is it about taking risks, embracing the unknown, and loving despite the uncertainty? So, what are the key takeaways from Volition? First, fate versus free will. Just because something seems inevitable doesn't mean we don't have choices. Our decisions still matter. Second, the paradox of knowledge. Sometimes, knowing the future can trap us rather than free us. But the way we respond to that knowledge is what defines us. And finally, love as a catalyst. Angela's presence in James' life isn't just romantic, it's transformative. Love can change our perception of destiny and push us to fight for a better future. At the end of the day, Volition reminds us that life is not about passively accepting what's ahead. It's about having the courage to make a choice, even when the odds seem stacked against us. And sometimes, the biggest act of free will is choosing to love, despite the fear of loss. What do you think? Do we control our fate, or is everything already written? Let's discuss in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the life lessons hidden in cinema. See you next time on Real Life Lessons.